Oh man, what is going on? New game in order. The man, the myth, the juggernaut. Alex Lex is hitting you with the head crush. I'm on my lunch break, taking a late lunch, but shooting this video on my brand new S20. So I'm still getting used to everything. Hopefully the video comes out all right. But man. On my birthday, some interesting news popped up. One day, another year older, another year wiser. It is what it is. You know, stacking them birthdays, getting old, getting up there. I'm almost at Michael Hurdle's level. No, let me stop. What you got in your crib? Giving you a shout out. But I want to give it, before I get started, there's going to be a podcast. I'm going to probably get free play mode, geeking out, and probably another guest on. Excuse me, got heartburn. Yeah, as I get older, I got all these ailments going on. I don't know, but in any case, yeah, we gotta talk about this. I'll probably even see if I can get Tough Nerd Toys in on this one. But I am not actually. This is warranted because there was a lot of a-holes on the other side of the camp that was digging the knife in deep, pouring salt in on wounds from last generation. And my. Now let me put this in perspective. All right. Make what of it as you will, but this all started because of the Insomniac acquisition. So Sony started a fight that they can't finish, or they financially can't win. Now, if anybody, like, this console war has taken some dark turns, especially last generation, because of some of the practices that Sony deployed to ensure their victory. It's like, how can I say, you know, any of you who play Call of Duty know when you get your kill streaks, you start getting all kinds of stuff and just bombing your enemy, just destroying them. And Microsoft took that L like Rocky took in Rocky 3, the first fight with Clubber Lang. Like, not being in the game, losing their focus, idiots like Don Matrick. You know, I get where he was trying to go, but man, they poorly executed that. And Microsoft deserved that loss. You know what I mean? Just like, I wouldn't say Rocky deserved his first loss against, or that loss against Clubber Lang. But if you notice, in the rematch, it was a whole different ballgame, a whole different fight, a whole different, you know, enemy or opponent that Clubber Lang ended up getting beat the heck up on. Like, if you do the count, Rocky hit Clubber Lang 96 times untouched in the second fight, first round, right? So, with that being said, that's the what I'm looking at in terms of how Microsoft has completely shifted focus. And although they're not, they seem like they're trying to be pacifist, but they're also being aggressive in a way that I didn't even think they had it in them. So I said, hey, I wanted Microsoft to fight back because Sony was fighting dirty. You know, getting all these exclusive deals, you know, third-party exclusive deals, things that I felt were anti-consumer. And it was just like, Microsoft, no, we're not trying to take games from other people, but whereas Sony was doing it. And then the Sony camp is like thinking, oh, it's okay for Sony to do it. But the minute Microsoft does it, oh, that's anti-gamer, that's anti-consumer, so on and so forth. Now look. It's almost as if a hibernating beast was sitting in a cave and Sony's sitting there throwing rocks at it, and now the beast is awake. And I thought the Bethesda thing was something, but although the ZeniMax acquisition was massive, activison+blizzard, $68 billion. I reiterate, $1 billion. That's like, again, Sony picked a fight with the studio's race of acquisitions that they cannot compete with Microsoft monetarily with. Microsoft got that FU money. You know what I mean? And they're talking like I was watching a couple of videos. I saw Destin's video. I hadn't seen Review Tech put anything up yet, but you know, I saw a Dreamcast guy over there crying and whining, looked like he had tears in his eyes and stuff. But yeah, Microsoft for the first time seems to be fighting back. They're really like changing the landscape of things now. Although I am an Xbox guy, I'm also looking at a catch-22 with this, because you don't want Microsoft to enter a monopoly, and the only place you can get these games is on Game Pass, because now who's gonna keep them in check? All right, I think that at some point it has to come to an end with the studio acquisition race. But again, Sony, they don't have the reach to box with Microsoft's. It's almost like you got a really strong middleweight, accomplished fighter in himself, but you got somebody who's tall like a Tyson Fury that can zone you out if they really wanted to fight, and then can get in there and chip you up on the inside. And you know, Sony, yeah, that Insomniac purchase with Spider-Man and all that, like, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. At first I was mad about it. I'm like, that's not cool. You were able to find Spider-Man games on multiple platforms, but Sony started this. So you Pegasus guys or Sony ponies and all that, you know, shout out to Doc Dark. I love his videos. You right now, they're like baby giraffes out of the womb trying to stand up. Like, this is a massive hit. Massive hit. What does this mean for this generation? This is big. This is big. Something definitely is changing because of that. Because people got to understand, like when me and Geeking Out were talking earlier today, it something to the effect that, okay, they got Activision. With the acquisition, is that Treyarch for Call of Duty, Sledgehammer, and like that's crazy. Like, then you got Overwatch, World of Warcraft. You got these are not like little IPs. This is big stuff, you know. So Sony thought that, yeah, we're gonna snag this, but Microsoft's like, okay, no problem, hold my beer, and they took the fight to them. Like that is holy cow. I didn't even know they went like some Broly super battle of you know, Gogeta versus Broly level stuff, man. But again, the Sony guys that didn't understand that Microsoft can fight at a level that Sony cannot maintain, you know. Again, Sony will always have the backing of the Japanese studios and the Japanese market, but Microsoft came to fight. And a lot of you guys, you hypocrites out here talking like, oh, all I wanted was for Microsoft to be competitive. But the minute they got competitive, you're calling them out on being anti-consumer. Which is it? So, me and Shinwar were laughing earlier, and I was just like, now the Sony guys are wham, whole lot of wham-ambulance. You know what I mean? It was okay for Sony to do it, but now Microsoft did it, and not only threw, like, Sony was throwing jabs and stuff, but Microsoft was throwing some Ivan Drago bombs, man, like just dropping the heat. And like, here's my thing: I'm not a fan of people being locked out of games and whatnot. I still hold true to that. But again, if you guys justified it and said it was okay or whatnot, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know what to tell y'all. It's almost as if the last generation forced Microsoft's hands. The toxic Sony side and then the toxic narrative pushed Microsoft's hand. So part of me, I find it laughable. I wonder where Amazing Lucas or MBG, I want to see what those guys have to say in response to that. But man, I'm going to be watching We're gonna have a podcast on it, talk about these things, and just see, man, this is a major shift. Major shift. I'm thinking just IPs in general. Like you got Doom, now you got Call of Duty, Halo on one side. Like that's crazy. That is crazy. Now what's gonna happen with games with established contracts and MMOs? Like what's gonna happen? Is WoW coming to an Xbox console, or all the back catalogs gonna be available on Game Pass? That intriguing minds want to know. But again, I name dropped a couple of channels, but if anything, check out Geeking Out, free play mode, Dark 1985. There's levels to this. Love his channel, man. Maybe I'm gonna send him an invite to talk about this on our Discord. Dark, formal invitation. I've been inactive for a while, so not as big as we used to be, but yeah, it would be honored to have you guys on there. But whew, man, Microsoft started swinging, and they weren't ready for it. The man, the myth, the Z expert, that Alex I says hit with the head crush, cancel into that pimp smack, baby. We'll see y'all later. Peace.